Intelligent, insightful, smart. These are words other podcasts use to describe themselves, not us. This is Fairly Harmless, where missing the point is only the beginning. With musical accompaniment provided by the Boston Horns. East Coast Funk. Please enjoy Andrew and James.
Welcome to Fairly Harmless. I'm Andrew.
I'm James.
And I'm Jed.
Well, as of last night, we've now released 2 shorts on YouTube.
I thought 3.
Well, the third one is too long to be a short.
Oh, that's right.
It's about 30 seconds too long. So I can either edit it or, which I might do, and then make it a short. But
if I know you, you're going to edit it.
You're right. You do know me and my CDO.
I don't know if you know James, but he's a bit of an optimizer.
I'm an optimizer.
What's that word? He screws with things.
Fucks with them.
Tinkerer. A tinkerer.
You know, Jed has a funny story from when I was a child. And just to clarify for the studio audience and our listeners at home, Jed is my father. So much like you had Gretchen and Billy here from your family.
That's right.
Now we've got Jed in the room. So
I believe I'm his father.
Well, it's either you or the milkman.
About that.
We're gonna get into that.
It's not the milkman. It's the brown. You know, the brown colors you wear all the time. There was a UPS guy. I don't really know.
The UPS man.
UPS man.
I'm very attuned to the UPS
I guess
man.
UPS did exist back then.
Yeah.
And they had this, brown. I guess maybe they still have brown uniforms.
Oh, they're all about the brown uniforms.
Mm-hmm.
Wonder what that connotates. It looks like a box.
I don't know.
Yeah. I think
UPS is brown, FedEx is purple, and then Amazon is blue, and then DHL sucks. So
that's a different color.
It's yellow. It's terrible. They are terrible.
Before we get too far into it, I want to set the tone. I have a joke for you, James.
Okay, I'm ready.
What happened with the story you're going to tell?
We're never going to get back.
Never get that.
No,
okay,
please.
Good.
Tell your story. I'm sure it's very important.
I didn't mean to jump in.
It's in the scheme of things, Andrew. It's going to set the whole tone for the show. So,
you want me to continue?
Yeah. No, it's up to you. No. You know the point of this show.
Yeah, that's true.
There's no point.
The point is, there's no point. Jed, knock knock.
Who's there?
Go fuck yourself.
Did you write that?
I did write that.
Wow, man, you got a future in comedy.
There's things in your future.
Thank you. I appreciate that.
I've been doing that. Asshole. I've been doing the last couple of times, and so I figured out a new way to tell you to go fuck yourself.
I like it. My favorite line I've already used. So Jed has a line that a lot of people like, which is, you've heard that the fat lady is singing.
It's great. It was when I knew that we had to have you on here. Was
when I told them that the fat lady ain't singing, but she certainly is humming.
She's humming. He told me that, and I laughed so hard I almost wrecked the car. And I'm sure it made you a little nervous, but
no, that was great. I can't remember where we were going, but it was hilarious. I was a tinkerer, as you pointed out. I was a dissector of electronics. And one day, Jed had procured a computer for me to, use as a kid, and computers were big back then. But, I mean, they were actually physically large.
Literally, yes. ENIAC.
Yeah. It was a personal computer, and the way I recall...
Was it your personal computer, Jed?
I think I got it from work.
You got it from work. It was from a German company.
Yes.
And it was, when you turned it on, it was like, Achtung. It didn't even have English. I had to figure out what was happening because it was like the operating system, like the base operating system, like the CMOS, the BIOS for you nerds, was in German. So it wasn't even in English. So I had to figure that out.
How much German did you know?
At that time, none.
How much do you know now?
Achtung.
Awesome. Please continue.
So, as you can see, I figured it out. So I brought it downstairs. In our house, we have a big kitchen. It's long but narrow. And I was sitting on the floor, and I had taken the whole computer apart. Parts were all around me. And my father, Jed, comes home from work and is like, what the fuck is going on here? There's The computer is all in parts. And I said, don't worry, Dad, I'm going to put it back together. And I did successfully, yes. Because up until then, I'd taken apart the VCR, and that didn't go back together very well.
This wasn't his first experiment.
No.
Wow, experiment. How old were you at this time?
I don't know, 8, 9.
Wow.
Yeah, young, really young.
Yeah, young.
Yeah. But I was bullshit.
He fucking
I mean, I looked at it, I said,
living.
"What?" I mean, I bought this thing.
Why-
And computers were expensive.
They were.
Yeah,
They were
why-
like $3,000.
Yeah,
You know?
Why had you brought the computer home? Did you purchase it?
Yeah, I probably got it through work, but as a kid, he was really into like I have still now $11,000 with the blocks, wooden blocks, sitting in a big bin that spiders live in and shit.
That's
And
right. Those European blocks. The European blocks.
blocks.
I was real big into this. I don't know if we could even find them online, but like a German or Dutch innovation with
It was
wooden.
their version of Lincoln Logs, or
Yeah,
beyond
it
that?
kind of it was beyond that. It was like this train set, but it was all like
Handcrafted wood.
handcrafted wood. Oh, $50 for like one piece of track. Like it was fucking expensive.
I'm going to blow your fucking mind.
I'm
You know the name.
waited.
I do not. But my father bought for me a similar, like, wooden construction set, and I
Yeah.
still fucking have it.
Really?
Yeah. I had lost.
I want to say it was called Brio, but it's not that. It was like something like that.
I don't remember the name of it. It's German.
It's German, yeah.
This one is German. I mean, I'm sure there were many. Also, I'm 10 years older than this Yutz.
Yeah.
So I would be shocked if it was the same manufacturer. But
All I know is we should have bought fucking stock in that company. We'd be fucking
I'm
loaded.
going to bring that. I've still got it. I'm going to bring it next time. I
All right, cool.
keep it secreted away in my closet.
We'll bring your Lincoln Logs too.
Yeah, why don't those all got lost or somehow caught on fire? Had a bit of a.
And Lego.
You had a fire issue back at your house. There we go.
We heard that there are a lot of fires in your story.
I had, you might say, an unhealthy infatuation with fire.
Fire, yeah. Oh, that happens.
I had a healthy infatuation with fire. I remember one time I was at my friend Philip's house. It was me, him, and like another kid, and we were over at his house. We were out in the back, and
Masturbating.
Circle. Trapezoid jerk. You guys are nerds. It was a trapezoid.
that's great. Anyhow,
Yeah.
let me frame that for you. So we're out in the back, you see, and we decided that it would be a good idea if we could light this the bark on this dead tree on fire. And all of a sudden, all I remember is this fucking tree on flames. And I turned to look at him. I'm like, what the fuck are we gonna do?
We should run away.
I think we did run away. I don't know how that thing went out. I think we got in trouble that fucking
Go
day.
next door and knock on the door. Hey,
There's a
that's someone else's story.
that's somebody else's story. The next door fire extinguisher.
Yeah. You don't have to wait until they come to the door. Just open. You fire.
Here's the new trick.
I don't know how it started, Mom, but somehow there's a tree on fire in the backyard. It was struck by lightning in the middle of the day.
Some rando came up and set the bark on fire.
We had nothing to do with it, I swear.
Here's a lighter that he used.
Well, the other thing that was expensive and just all get out, they're still around, is these Legos. I mean, they were. You step on a Lego when you got a hangover. Oh, that's fun.
I'll bet.
Yeah, that's life.
Even if you don't have a hangover.
Well, you can't
Throw your
you
hip
can't
out.
throw things as well.
In our house, not to dredge up the past, but there
But
was
we're going to.
we're
Here it
about to,
comes.
we're going on a past journey here. There was a potential for new dishware to be purchased on reg. Just it had a problem of living too long in our
Yeah,
house.
the dishware.
The dishware, yeah, it's I don't know if you've ever seen American Beauty, but there's a scene in there where
Things fly.
things are flying, things are breaking. So
No, this is one of my questions I had for you was And how old are you now, James? 43?
45. I'm 45.
Now, I would submit to you, Jed, that he's old enough to know the truth, and I believe James is an extraterrestrial and was brought here to Earth and given to you, your wife. I assume you have a wife.
He's got a mom.
He's got a mom.
Yeah.
A mom.
Yeah.
Right. Well, just
Mom.
because you call them mom and dad doesn't mean they're your adoptive parents.
Right. They look strangely like me, though. But that may have been what the aliens wanted.
Yeah, it could be. I mean, your real name is Gordonat.
Gloop glop.
Gloop glop. Meepsor.
Meepsor and Gloop glop are my real parents, you asshole.
That's right. It would explain a lot, Jed.
Or
Can you shed any light on this? My alien theories about
Again,
James.
we don't like to hide anything from our child.
Yeah.
This is something we've hidden.
This is something we've hidden. I had a feeling. I had a definite feeling.
well, it does explain a lot. I mean, I was talking to my alien parents on my watch earlier today, and
Yeah. All right,
See,
well, that's
Andrew
something
has a theory that I have a tendency to talk to the aliens on my watch and the time travelers through my phone.
Right.
So, or maybe it's the other way around. I can't ever remember.
I can't keep it straight either. He's
It's because of the Mandela effect mainly.
special.
We're
Mandela
back to
effect.
that. I mean, this is.
Well, how can we leave the Mandela effect? I mean, hasn't been really brought up in season 2.
Have there been any other, things like this where the history got changed besides the moon landings, Kennedy being shot, Mandela? What's the big three? Or
Oddly enough,
The
Sean.
Fruit of the Loom.
oh yeah, the Fruit of the Loom was a good one.
Sean, who, I mean, he
By-
seems like such a normal.
By all intents and purposes, is a normal person.
Yeah.
Well, he's a computer geek.
He agreed with this nut job that he thought that maybe Nelson Mandela did die in the 80s in prison and was never prime minister of South Africa. I have a treasure that I discovered.
Oh, we're doing In the Box?
No.
okay.
No, you don't get the chance to do in the
On
box.
top of the box.
It's been too recent,
Okay.
I forgot to bring something. So
and I have nothing.
and he has nothing.
Everything I have is yours, and you gave it to me anyway.
Then we're very close on that.
I discovered this treasure. I don't know what the hell I was doing. I think I was looking through some
Were
files.
you hanging out with a stranger?
I was not. I was looking through. I got something coming for you, you son of a bitch. Keep that shit up. You know what? Keep doing it. Keep doing it because I got something coming for
I was
you.
sitting on my hand a second ago.
You're gonna love it. I found this. Breathe.
Breathe in through the nose, out through the mouth.
We're gonna have to give him some of the
little mantras here. Little mantras.
some of the fairly harmless oxygen.
The oxygen tank that were stored in the closet.
You can learn things here.
Well, the smothering pillow's around here somewhere. I don't know where
Yeah,
it went. So.
Did somebody maybe the cats used it?
I don't know.
Better not.
I have the smothering pillow behind me. so-
Using a little back support.
Yeah.
Good. Anyways, I think I was looking for my tax stuff. I don't know, and I found this. You can take a look. This is my old license from Kansas.
Are we actually brothers? Is that what you're finding out?
We're not, but
okay.
I thought
No, this is a serial killer.
I can't wait to see this picture.
I knew. Yeah.
Take note that Jed saw it before James. So
Right.
let's take a look.
I want you to know that there's been no touch up. Please note the date.
Holy shit. Wow. Wow. You looking foxy that night, my friend.
I thought that this would get some sort of response, and I didn't expect serial killer, but I can definitely see it, Jed.
Yeah.
You're right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, I've seen much better mugshots.
This man plays Dungeons and Dragons, my friend. Before it was cool on Stranger Things.
Right.
This is the pre-Stranger Things Dungeons and Dragons.
I might have been playing at that.
Yeah, this is coming back the other way here, and at the
You want to see it again? So, folks. The big thing is not so much that I'm 20 years younger in this photo, but that I have long hair.
you have the mullet.
Yeah.
You got a mullet going.
It's not a mullet. It's more fuck you. Fuck you.
What kind of haircut is that?
What kind of haircut is that if that's not a mullet?
Kind of hair that Beethoven would have.
Oh, Beethoven.
The shoulder length. You know?
Yeah.
Long
yeah.
flowing hair like
With,
Prime.
yeah, with
not quite as long as Prime.
with
but yeah.
Vaseline.
You know what? I don't need it.
Motor oil.
It occurs naturally.
Naturally occurring
Really?
motor oil.
Just it's oily.
Yeah, I'm an oily dude. I don't know if you know that.
I'm not going there.
Yeah. Well,
So you got your own slick for the stranger. You just run your hand through the hair and then you get down to business.
thanks. I knew that I would get some comments, and I knew that they would be funny. I didn't.
I think the important thing here is that we look at this, and this is a Kansas license, and I'm really proud of it because it says donor.
Yeah.
Do you have any idea what that meant?
No.
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 They would have cut you up so quick. Look, you're still breathing. No, he ain't.
We can't. I don't think we can use
Because when a
this
cop
stuff.
sees that, he says he doesn't shoot you in a vital spot.
Right. Shoot
Oh,
him
he's
in
a
the leg.
donor. Don him into the chest.
What do we need tonight?
Shoot him in the legs, boys.
You got to hit the femoral artery.
Yeah.
That's what you need. Well, I think that was worth 5 minutes.
That was definitely good. That was good.
So, humor and personal growth. That's what this podcast is about. And
Yes.
there was mine. Our loving friend, Schwa. This is part of the, if you feel bad about some decisions that you have made in life, this will make you feel better.
Is this the picture you were he was showing around last night? You took a picture of a picture?
No.
Okay. Holy shit.
That's right. From the man.
That's Schwa?
I know. That's what I said. Is that you? And he said, yeah. So from the guy that we
That doesn't look like, I would think aliens got a hold of this guy. They have reconfigured his face.
Looks
Yeah.
like a landing.
It kind of does behind it. Maybe they just showed up.
But I thought, whew, I mean, I'm not saying there aren't great, there are terrible pictures out there of me.
There was a whole
but
website. There was a whole website in the past
disturbing.
before in the dawn of the internet, it was, old family photos or something like that. And it had these grotesque family photos.
Grotesque, which this is.
Yes.
But I mean, we talk about how the difference between you and I looking good and looking bad, there's not that much play in that.
No. I mean,
For him,
that's
this to now, and it's
It's a formal picture.
Oh yeah, that was probably like their Easter picture.
And I know you're upset with the guy because he keeps talking about your mom's picture, and you're
That's
not over
right.
that yet. And so I know
I'm
you're working him
definitely-
over, and when
definitely
your mom
not.
was in Dachau, and
Dachau, Bergen Bells. Yeah. It's a wonder she made it home.
Yeah, she's a lot happier in that picture than you'd expect.
She was. She was.
she was a guard.
She was not. She was not. Yeah. You know what? You're getting right. You're
Not
getting
over
close
this.
to being on my list. This guy's fucking on the list. You're getting there.
How could Jed not be on the list? I mean,
I don't know. We haven't spent enough time together.
No, but at the
No,
end of this, you will.
I apologize.
No, that's fine.
No, I don't.
No. Now, in the middle of this episode with Jed, now is the perfect time to say, if you have questions, if you have suggestions for topics, if you have, what the hell was the other? If you
I got it right here. I got it. If you have questions, comments, suggestions, or wish to audition for Fairly Harmless, please contact us at feedback@fairlyharmless.com or
feedback, that's feet that you walk on, at fairlyharmless.org.
org.
Or com.
Or com. I'm gonna have to go buy that fucking domain now.
Feet.
Or dot.
Feedback at fairlyharmless.com.
Also, tell all your friends out there, if you listen to our fucking podcast,
If you listen to the podcast, make sure you subscribe, you sons of bitches.
because we know you fuckers haven't.
Yeah.
That's your weekly rant.
Oh yeah, we get that's how we're getting. Even though we're not whores for the clicks, we got to get some clicks.
But I mean, Jed, you have subscribed.
Jed has subscribed.
I
subscribed to one thing, but not the other thing. I mean, the podcast is all right, but it ain't great.
I made up for it by subscribing twice somehow. I don't know how I did that, but I've subscribed, so I've made up for you.
So what's the big number?
Oh, that we've got? Let's go to the big board.
15.
Oh, 15.
Well, you've doubled in a month, so that's great.
No, we've been at 14. We went to 15 at
my cousin.
Yeah, we finally, but now we have to also now count our YouTube subscribers,
right?
Of which there are 6.
Oh, really?
Yes.
I forgot about that.
19 subscribers.
19 subscribers.
And you told me the average is how many?
Oh, thousands.
Oh, okay.
And we have to learn how to.
Gotta get it before you could walk. You had to crawl.
That's right. We're crawling now.
Yep. Or we're just rolling around in our own shit.
We're rolling around in our own shit.
Yeah, but we're on the floor,
wallowing in your own mire.
That's right. Yeah.
Good place to be.
Oh yeah.
This is an idea that I had a few weeks ago that I thought that you could help us with, Jed. What is the biggest stage in the world that's coming up this summer?
The Olympics.
The Olympics. That's right, Jed.
Oh,
thank you.
How could we really get our name out there? We should compete in the Olympics, and we need a coach.
Oh shit.
But no,
there's some very strange events.
There's weird competitions.
No, there's some weird
there.
competition in the Olympics this year, and
there's breakdancing.
Yeah, that's the one I want to say.
Electric Boogaloo.
Why couldn't we do breakdance?
Well,
the fat man do.
I was going to suggest rhythmic dancing. Have you ever seen?
Ooh,
no, I'm not familiar with.
So
this is what?
This is rhythmic gymnastics.
I've seen that before.
Rhythmic gymnastics. Okay. This might be. So
this is, I don't want to point out the elephant in the room, but there's a fucking elephant in the room.
Wait.
And he's fucking fat.
Wait a minute. Well, you guys are missing the point.
Yes.
This should be like a weight class.
Yes.
See, we're looking at people here who are obviously got eating disorders. Right. And eating disorders can go two ways.
You're
on the other side.
You're looking at two guys that have eating disorders.
You're on the other side of it.
Well, look at how many people are in the stands. We could double possibly triple our fan base.
Wow, that is.
By the way, they're a little made up, aren't they? A little.
I got to tell you, I didn't know you could do that much with a fucking ball.
In a PG environment.
In a PG. Well, I'm
or
still sitting on my hands, so
that's right.
Well, if they stuffed them up there.
So the weight limit. I was thinking we could also innovate and dress up. So
I
was thinking like Mr. Snuffleupagus, or you came. I thought it was.
What about just generic Muppets or puppets? Because we can't use the word
can't
Muppet.
use Muppets. We have to be
Duppets.
puppets.
Duppets.
We are the first two fairly harmless Duppets.
Next up is fairly harmless Duppet and Jerry.
How about Bufflets?
I like
Bufflets.
Bufflets. Well, we're not buff. We're more duff.
Well, you could go like shirtless or something.
Dufflets.
I think we want to wear. I don't know. I think we'd have better
tight clothing.
Not tight clothing.
Moo-moos.
The opposite.
Moo-moos.
Right. Like the Chinese dragon thing. Yeah.
Oh, like that. Okay. Yeah. Okay.
As the Chinese dragon. I don't think
that's going to be our shtick.
Yeah. Well, I don't know that.
A fat guy? What about like a sumo wrestler?
That's in there.
What about a sumo wrestler doing
two sumo
rhythmic gymnastics?
Both of us together.
Yes, dressed as now. Sumos. They only have a very dangerous piece of cloth that's always at the very limits of its elasticity.
We're gonna need to we're gonna have to use a lot
of thick, but you think to yourself that thing is hanging on for dear life.
Should not fall off. I'm amazed.
No,
but most of those guys have already had their Johnsons cut off.
Have they?
Yeah, sure. Adds to their power.
Is that how that works? I never knew that.
At birth. They do that at
Huh.
birth.
You shitting me.
That's true.
Okay, well, I have to look that one
I'm
up.
gonna have to do some research into
I'm not
that.
going to cut my dick off for power.
Well, the better ones can
reattach it.
the better ones can retract it.
And with proper coaching, we can get there too. Before we go on, I do want to touch on, you had referenced being dropped on your head.
Why are you changing the subject?
It's what I do. I despise those comments.
James was dropped off, didn't he?
Soothing the savage beast. So if you're not a alien, we haven't established that you're not, but if you're not,
Much like your hibachi story, I
we
was
come.
dropped often.
is this true? Can you confirm or deny this?
He was a slippery kid.
Yeah, I
Slippery
believe
kid.
that.
Slippery.
Squirmy.
Squirmy. He's active, squirmy,
I know what you mean.
Oily.
slippery,
Not as
yeah.
oily as Andrew, but
No.
oily kid.
Slippery.
Yeah,
slippery when
slippery when wet.
So slippery
we-
kid, you were dropped a lot on his head or just dropped?
well,
No telling.
Sometimes
I never broke any bones, but you know how you're not supposed to shake a baby? You're not supposed to drop them either.
So for future reference, don't shake the baby.
Don't
Okay.
shake the public service announcement.
Well, once he outgrew the drawer that he was in, we had to go out and purchase shit. It took a while to
Mhm.
get the money together. So
Yeah.
he kept rolling off the bed. I mean, oh, shit.
They didn't
give
make
the kid-
guardrails back
Give the kid
then.
a nice bed. You think he'd stay in it?
You know, fucking kids, they're always
How
falling
old
out
were
of
you?
beds.
How old were you when you learned to walk?
17.
17.
No, he walked at an early age. He was 8 or 9.
3 or 4? 9? 8 or 9? It's a wonder you're
I'm
able
not
to
good
set-
with dates, but it was
It's a wonder you were able to
He
set
remembers
the,
around 8 or 9.
Yeah.
I was walking.
She rolled over to the neighbor's house, set their tree on fire, and rolled back home.
Oh, I was a crabber. I was
Crabber.
crabbing around.
What do you got for us there, Jimmy Jam?
So I want to talk about Carvel because
Fudgy the Whale.
because of Fudgy the Whale. Now, now I've been waiting about
37 years
30 odd years, 35 years to
to
discuss.
beat you over the fucking head with Fudgy the Whale?
Now, Fudgy the Whale initially was a cake to celebrate a Father's Day.
Hmm.
But see, as the twisted child that I am, I wanted it for my birthday cake.
Uh-huh.
And yet, I'm told that I never informed my parents of this. Yet, I
As a
remember it
child.
as a child, but I remember it differently, of course, that I had requested Fudgy the Whale, but we were just not of means to be able to afford Fudgy the Whale. But I can't remember. What do you got, Jed?
I'll be honest with you. No, there was no Fudgy the Whale, and we just was just too big a pain in the ass. But probably the price, but we're more like the answer to that is no, or better than that was maybe.
Good old maybe, also recognized as no.
But we tried to find Fudgy the Whale, later on in life, and it just
Well, Carvel disappeared
Tommy-
from the Northeast.
yeah, he took off, and he owned a golf course upstate New York,
Really?
the Tom Carvel golf course. Yeah.
Wow.
Played it a few times.
I'll bet if we do some research, I'll bet you'll find out that Fudgy the Whale was not created until your 20s, James.
No, this is an old ice cream sandwich situation.
In this
In this time period.
time period.
In the space that you both occupy, in which the Berenstein Bears are spelled incorrectly, and the Fruit of the Loom doesn't have a cornucopia, and Nelson Mandela somehow made it out of the 80s.
I've got to find something for you.
I don't understand how you possibly can have it the wrong way, but I've learned to accept that you two are incorrect.
I do remember the ads from Tom Carvel. He had a great voice, and you ought to be able to dub that. It's Tom Carvel. We got Fudgy the Whale today. He talked like that.
I got Fudgy the Whale here, you sons of bitches.
Tom never swore.
Well, it's hard to swear in the commercials.
Yeah. Well, you can swear now, though.
Oh, yeah.
do anything you want.
Fudgy.
Fudgy was born on June 1st, 1977, with Carvel's founder Tom Carvel envisioning Fudgy as a whale of a cake for a whale of a dad.
You were after that.
Yeah.
I was after 1977,
You were born in 79, correct?
78. You and I are Gen X, you yuts. We're the same time period.
It just sounds wrong. Thank you for joining us here on Fairly Harmless. I'm Andrew.
I'm James.
And I'm Jed.
Once again, this has been Fairly Harmless. Missing the point on... Wait, what's the point? Fairly Harmless is available on Apple Podcasts, Amazon Music, Spotify, YouTube, and Pocket Casts. Our musical accompaniment provided by the Boston Horns, East Coast Funk. Their music is available for streaming and purchase on most media platforms. For Fairly Harmless, this has been your announcer, Fast Eddie. See you soon.
Get to the fucking point.